Good morning, everyone. Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and welcome into Community Distance Reiki. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out that description box below. I'm here same days and times, 5 days a week, and I sprinkle in some additional streams based on planetary movements and world events. If you want to know about those, go ahead and click the subscribe button with the notifications on. Also in the description box, you can learn more about online Reiki classes with me, tarot readings, distance sessions, what's all the other good YouTuber stuff? Discord, social media, crystal shop, and all the rest. So if you are here live, go ahead, click that live chat button, and feel free to request any special attention, intentions for healing, whether they're general or specific. You can request specific stones, or you can let me substitute some. If you've not been here before, for the first half an hour, 40 minutes, I will build a crystal grid on everyone's needs, desires, and requests, and then at about the 40-minute mark we will transition into the sending. If you're skipping ahead, go ahead and just look for when the lights drop down. The lights will go down, the music will go up, and I'll simply send it to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So let's dive right into the chat. So many of you are here, and we will start building that grid. So welcome in Korakar, JS, Grace, good to see you all. Vincent, welcome in and good morning. Okay, let's go ahead and start building that grid. Aha, so here we go. So I've got some copper out for us, getting the energy moving, breaking up any blockages. And let's see. Oh, awesome. So we've got Korakar. Oh, Grace, healing intention is for your back. And heart healing and love. Gotcha. So let's see. You've got some rhodonite. And with your back, is it more like bone or muscle? Let me know. And I'll pick a stone based on that. Or I can just use celestite for pain healing. Korakar, Moonstone, labradorite, rainbow moonstone. Let's see, labradorite. And rainbow moonstone. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so we'll start with JS. I don't have stellar beam calcite. I'm not familiar with that one. Sounds really cool. Heart, welcome in. Good morning. I definitely have rutilated quartz. Okay, so let's get started on that. So Rhodonite is one we've been using for heart healing in terms of emotional heart. So let's go ahead over. So for emotional heart, we've also had some requests for Korakar. Korakar's mom has been suffering with some long COVID, having some lung issues. So Rhodonite kind of does both. It's great for lungs, asthma, allergies, and all of that stuff, but also for love, like unrequited love, broken heart. It's an excellent breakup stone and stone of lost love in terms of grieving if someone has lost or passed away. So it's definitely a good broken heart and opening our heart to love again kind of stone. So we'll bring in some rhodonite. And we'll also bring in some labradorite. Helps with better sleep, helps with kind of a organizing and processing lots of information, whether it's studying, researching, looking at very fine data, like a friend of mine who's a data scientist. This is perfect for her. This is also great for things like clairvoyance and protection in travel. So very supportive of intuition, but also not losing sight of all of the tasks, all the little pieces that relate to what we are working with. So if you're looking to balance intuition with logic, this is one of the many stones you can work with. Also helps with better sleep. It's a great sleepy stone. Red tiger eye helps as a protectant. It protects against even the most negative energy work. And when we talk about negative people in general, people who are actively seeking to cause harm, this can be protective against those. This is also excellent for manifesting money in a hurry and for kind of anti-bullying. If you're in any kind of situation, or if someone you care about is in a situation where there's picking on, there's bullying, there's kind of like people in cliques and that sort of childish nonsense that certainly persists into adulthood, red tiger eye can be a good one to hold on to. I think you're the closest one to that, JS, the closest one to that is honey calcite. I'll bring that in and we'll see if that looks like what you use. Honey calcite helps for optimism in challenging times, attracting good colleagues and love interests and things. It's one that you put out when you're attracting, you know, more good people to your sphere of influence. But it's also great for things like menopausal women. This can be particularly helpful. It also balances the sacral and solar plexus. So when we're navigating things like boundaries, we've got our sense of self and our sense of how we relate to other people. And it's those delicate places where we're trying to hold space for other people to be them, but not chip away at who we are, trying to work in harmony, but not so much that, you know, in true harmony, not so much harmony where we're stepping on other people or we're allowing them to step on us. This can be a great one for things like that. So yeah, navigating boundaries. Okay, good. This works for you? Awesome. Yeah, honey calcite. There's lots of different names for different calcites. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that we're like, hey, is this the same stone? There's lots of fancy names for different calcites. We also have tiger eye. Another stone that is somewhat protective. This is golden tiger eye, separate from the red tiger eye. This one is... it has a lot more in common, I feel, with labradorite than it does even the red tiger eye. This one can help us to gain perspective. It helps us to step back and really see all of the different pieces funneling together. It helps us to figure out a way out of troubling situations. It's also great for things like studying and research, much like labradorite. So definitely this guy. Bring this one in. And what else do we have? And we have intentions around, rutilated quartz, grounding in the self, patience with self and others. Mm-hmm. Dumotierite helps with patience. It also helps with improving situations that seem hopeless, as well as tidiness. If you're trying to turn over a new leaf and get more tidy or just be a little more organized, dumotierite can help. But pent up anger, resentment, and lack of patience, like when you're like kind of quick to snap, you're kind of right on edge, dumotierite can be really helpful. It's also good for like Uranus type energy. If you're into astrology, if that's something that's prominent in the moment, this can be helpful. But Uranus energy is very chaotic. Uranus is like things that are beyond predictability, like truly unpredictable, not to be predicted. Dumotierite can help, sort of deal with that. Looks great. Rutilated quartz. Okay. Rutilated quartz. Rutils are these gold pieces that are running through. We'll also see rutilated quartz that can have sort of a silvery colored rutils. These are included in this clear quartz, and what this is understood to do is to help direct the energy exactly where it needs to go, and it can be very balancing, especially if you're looking to balance the mind and the body. It's a really great all-purpose stone. It can also help bring in a lot of energy. If you're feeling really depleted from an illness or an injury, just your energy stores are not coming back, this is an excellent stone to work with. So it works for a lot of things. But absolutely love it. Let's go ahead and bring this here and here. Okay, rutilated quartz. Energy work, magic, transformation, focus. Definitely smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is all of those things. It's transmutation, it's changing energy, it's shifting things. It's sort of a spiritual alchemy in a way, but it's also great for protection, calming worry, and it's often used alongside or on its own, but it's in that class of stones that helps to optimize Reiki energy. Stones that are often thought to help sort of empower the movement and get the energy just sort of flowing optimally. Smoky quartz, copper, pyrite are like tops. There's tons, and there's none of them necessarily hinder it. But smoky quartz can be great for all of those things. It's often used in magical rituals because it's protective and it helps the energy flow and it helps to change and transmute things. So yeah, we've got that. And then focus can be tiger eye and or labradorite too. Now think of some other ones to weave in as we go. So I'm just going to drop some smoky quartz into the copper because they seem to have a lot in common. And gotcha. Susan, Greg, your mom. Gotcha. Let's use some. I feel like maybe some Chevron Amethyst for Greg. We've been working with Greg to help him manifest his literary agent for his book, and also he's recovering from some surgery. So let's go ahead and bring in some Chevron Amethyst, which helps to take our messages and bring them up to the heavens, up to spirit, and also helps us to understand them when they come back. They're great for things like channeling, visionary work, journeying, any kind of visualization-based meditation work. Also for patience, it helps with tolerance of others, so it could be helpful for that as well. So Chevron Amethyst has these, see these markings where they kind of look like chevrons? That's Chevron Amethyst. So we're going to go ahead and bring some of those in. Let's see. Let's actually move some out here. Yeah, so Chevron Amethyst, that'll help in a lot of things that we're manifesting, and for bones and things like that. Coughing, brain fog. Jeanette, good to see you. Okay. Emotional eating. Protecting from the energy of others. We have red tiger eye out. Brain fog. Gotcha. So many options. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm incorporating everyone's stuff. Ah, gotcha. Emotional eating. I'm going to bring in some peridot. It helps to support the heart and heart healing in terms of the emotions, but it also can help break some habits and cycles. So things like compulsions, tendencies that get in our own way. This can help support the heart center, the emotional center, so that we can sort of cope with those. Only have a little bit of peridot. There we go. So that can help with the stress eating, I feel. Protecting from the energy of others, definitely red tiger eye, but I feel like shungite also wants to come in. This goes along with Korakar's request for help with energy work, moving energy. Also great for just like tissue repair and physical recovery. So this is going to help Greg with his hip. This is going to help Korakar's mom. This is going to help with any kind of injury, illness anyone's struggling with. We've also got that it helps for shielding us a little bit from not only energy of others, but energy like electromagnetic fields. So like if you're someone who's sensitive to power lines or being near certain electrical equipment, it just makes you feel drained or kind of cranky, this might help. But yeah, it's great for absorbing other energies around you that really aren't meant for you. So we'll bring in some shungite. We also had a request from Cora Carr for Rainbow Moonstone, which really helps with connecting with our intuition and bringing those messages through. This is white labradorite, and it's a much lighter, higher chakra vibration kind of thing. This helps us to connect with arcane wisdom, but also on a bigger scale, connecting with words from spirit. Anybody who does like channel medium work or even card reading, this can help us bring through those spiritual messages and make them understandable as we share them to others. So we'll put some Rainbow Moonstone there. Gotcha. So last ones. Protective, definitely the shungite, the red tiger eye, and the smoky quartz also. Just making sure I haven't missed anything. Yeah, I want to do something neurological for Cora Carr's mom, and then we will transition into the next part of our session. Definitely a lot of the stones that will help with communication and like some neurological function and brain fog is going to be labradorite and tiger's eye, but I feel like black obsidian can be helpful. This is one it really helps calm the nerves and overactive nerves. It's also helpful for some of us who are processing grief, processing or working through trauma, and it's very, very protective. So I feel like it kind of supports a lot of those things. So we'll bring in black obsidian. For neurological stuff, I kind of want to bring in, and I know we did this yesterday, but I kind of want to bring in blue kyanite, if I have it. Let's go ahead and bring in my big piece of blue kyanite. Blue kyanite helps with radical self-acceptance, being exactly who you are. It also helps us to understand spiritual messages that come through. It's a wonderful stone for neurological support, especially if it's related around things like communication or mobility. But yeah, this is one that might be really helpful with the brain fog. So let's go ahead and put that here. Fantastic. Making sense of dreams. No, you're not being greedy. Intense dreams you had last night, it was wild. Definitely. Labradorite can help you with that. Tiger eye to an extent. Definitely kyanite, helping to understand the intuitive messages that might be coming in, but definitely labradorite. And there's one more I'll bring in for us, and that's iolite. This can really help with intense dreams and intuitive energy around sleep, especially. But it's also great for things like shamanic work, if you're doing any kind of visionary meditation work or visionary healing work. This also helps with things like weight loss, fever, money management. There's a lot of different things it touches on. But particularly when I'm having a lot of really intense dreams, especially if I feel, not always, but especially when I feel like it's related to intuition, I'll use iolite. It helps with all the sleep time intuitive stuff. Yeah, making sense of dreams is... Yeah, seriously, I'm feeling that too. All right, so there's our grid for the day. I'm going to go ahead and pick a couple of stones that I feel like might be helpful overall, and I'm going to have y'all vote on them, on which ones we actually add in. And yeah, oh, you're absolutely welcome. So go ahead and chat amongst yourselves as I pick out a couple of stones that can be helpful. And let's see, I also forgot one piece of smoky quartz. There we go. Drop in smoky quartz. Okay, and one more. Ah, gotcha. Okay, so here's what I have to suggest. The first is blue lace agate, and I feel like this is because we're in this time of difficult communication. Not only is it Mercury retrograde, but Mars is in Gemini, which is making us a lot more prone to things like anger and short temper and things like that. So blue lace agate helps us to have conversations around difficult topics, to express them and to hear them. It's also fantastic for things like even a sore throat, anything having to do with the throat, but also expressing things that are difficult, getting to sort of be aware of what's difficult inside and getting it out. This is also one that can be helpful for things like a tension headache, any kind of stress or tension we're holding in the body, especially for biting our tongue. This can help us to kind of dissipate that, break that up and move it through. And to also good for arthritis and fractures. So just putting that out there. So blue lace agate, and the other is prehnite, which we've worked with here before a couple of times. Prehnite helps support a lot of the iolite, labradorite, tiger eye kind of stuff that's been coming up, in that it aids meditation, it aids spiritual learning, it aids even spiritual teaching. This is one that helps us with if you want to have a lucid dream, or if it's just happening anyway and you're having these dreams where you might actually be engaged with doing energy work while we're asleep, in a sense. There's also things like helping to refuse demands that are too much. So when it comes to things like the boundaries, when it comes to things like not taking on other people's energy and just having relationships that are much more balanced and having your boundaries respected, this can be a great stone for that. So yeah, so prehnite or blue lace agate. And so go ahead and place your votes in the chat when you're ready. I'm going to briefly explain what Reiki is and what to expect during this session. While you're going ahead to vote in the chat, remember to like the stream if you haven't already, and I will be right back. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson from Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad you're here today. So the style of Reiki I work with is known as Usui Reiki. And this comes from early 1920s Japan, but it's very much a modern method of a style of energy work that is timeless and goes back into the ancient times of Japan, especially and including their foundational indigenous beliefs, which are a part of Shintoism. Some of the key concepts in Shintoism include everything having a soul and all things being interconnected. This understanding of energy is part of that. Reiki translates fairly literally to spiritually guided life energy. This spiritually guided life energy, in terms of culturally, it's seen that everybody has access to it. It's flowing through you right now. Your body is making the most of it for your physical, mental, emotional well-being. You don't have to think about it or direct it any more than we have to consciously think about all the things that the water we drink does to keep our body functioning. It's there, our body knows how to work with it, and it's just part of the natural cycle of energy flowing through our body. Working with this style of energy work is essentially connecting with that energy that flows through all of us and directing more of it to ourselves or to others or both. So essentially what I'll be doing is connecting to this energy that we all have access to and sending you more of it. And because that energy is flowing through me and you and everyone all the time, it doesn't matter if you are right in front of me, right next to me, or halfway around the world. No matter where you are in terms of miles or kilometers, the session can absolutely support you. Additionally, it doesn't matter if you're here now with us live or if you're way into the future. The Reiki will absolutely connect to you and shift to you, and at any point in time, you can set any intentions for your healing. You don't even have to tell me what they're about. So go ahead, and if at any point you think, I'd really like some support with XYZ, it can be a whole laundry list. It doesn't matter how many it is. It's totally fine. The Reiki will especially go to support those topics. When I'm sending, I'm going to turn down the lights and turn up the music so you can just get comfy. Lay down, sit up, have some stretches, whatever feels right to you in this time. I'll send for 25 minutes, and at the end, you'll hear my voice inviting you back. When you come back, I'll reopen the chat, and you can ask any questions you have. You can share any experiences that were particularly meaningful for you, and we'll, discuss them there. During your session, you might feel things come up physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't have to focus on anything. Just allow things to kind of come to you. It might be your subconscious speaking to you. It might be some spiritual guidance. You may feel things physically. You may have some emotions well up. Whatever the case is, you're absolutely safe and fine. Feel free to combine this time with anything that feels right to you. So stretching, moving around, getting up, getting a glass of water. This is your time about you. So use this time to best support you. And during the session, I will turn the music up if you want to learn about our musician. It's another content creator. Her information's in the description. And the lights will go down. The lights will gently and slowly move through many different colors. Just know that at no point will it start to flash or strobe. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you want to learn more about me or online Reiki classes, my social media or Discord, all of that is linked in the description below. So glad you are here, and I hope that you do come back. So let's go ahead into the grid and get into the healing. So what did we get here? Ooh, I like this. The second one, both. Gonna light a candle to add support too. Thank you, Korakar. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go ahead and go with both. But definitely I think Prehnite is helpful here. So yeah, we'll take Prehnite. And blue lace agate. And tomorrow is Friday, so as usual, I will be here at both 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And I'm so grateful that tomorrow I will be in my new studio in Philadelphia for my first sessions. So, super excited. Awesome. Okay. Everybody, thank you for being here. Go ahead and get nice and cozy. Enjoy the session, and remember, you don't have to focus on anything or keep your mind silent. Allow your mind to do what it needs to do. It might be intuitive wisdom. At the same time, if you're not sure which it is, I suggest that you just go ahead and take a deep breath. And chances are it'll just sort of give a fresh wash to everything, and you'll get the intuition you need. So enjoy your session, and I will see you in about 25 minutes, so about 5 after the top of the hour. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly move your fingers and toes if you need some help coming back. I don't know about you, but I certainly feel better. And if you have any questions or anything to share, feel free to go ahead and use the chat. Jennifer, welcome in. It was so good to see you pop in. I'm sorry you're having trouble sleeping, though. I'm so glad, Jeanette. Oh, I'm glad. Go ahead, go back to sleep, Jen. You're so welcome, heart. You're so welcome, Vincent. So good to see you. So good to see all of you. You're so welcome, JS. Good to see you. Yep, so tomorrow I'm here at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. East Coast US time. Same for Sunday, 8 p.m. or rather 8 p.m. for Sunday. Just 8 p.m. Peace and love to you too, heart. I do have some Reiki classes enrolling now. There's more information in the links below and at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So good to see all of you. I hope all of you have a beautiful day. And I think we're going to bring things to an end here. Unless anyone has any other requests or questions or anything like that, feel free to go ahead and ask. Yeah, it's been wonderful seeing you all. And as always, you can always reach out to me on social media and through the comments. Okay. I will do that before I get on to my next thing, Korakar. Absolutely. Thank you for the reminder. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Don't forget to take care of yourself. And I do hope to see you again very soon. Have a beautiful day. And bye for now.